The wait is finally over. First Premier League season game of the new season, first Premier League game, first Premier League match for Arsenal. And we have waited long enough, and now it's finally time. We are back. The Premier League champions of last year, the defending Premier League champions, Arsenal FC, are here. Finally, it happens again, and we see our favorite, most beloved team in the whole world, Arsenal FC again, the champions, defending champions today in the first Premier League game, first Premier League match of the season. We host Coventry City, a promoted side which we are not very familiar with, of course, coached by Frank Lampard. But I'm so excited to see this team finally, after the Community Shield, in a, let's say, Community Shield was a preseason kickabout with a trophy, and we won it in exciting fashion against Manchester City with 3 goals to nil. Impressive start. So I think, of course, we're the favorites to retain the title this year, and I'm going for that Arsenal will win it again. But let's get right into this game with the starting 11, and let's look at the team sheet. In goal, of course, David Raya starts. There's no surprise here. On the left hand side, who was amazing against Manchester City and scored against Manchester City, Ricardo Calafiori starts on the left hand side. I think this is the right decision from Arteta, an offensive player, offensive fullback who can drop into midfield and who can score on the other end incredibly, as he did against Manchester City, and he almost scored twice. Almost had a brace. Then we've got the centre backs in Gabriel, no surprise. Mosquera. Mosquera gets the nod because Konsa, our newest transfer, I think a very intelligent transfer. I get later back to that. Doesn't start because just he just has arrived at Arsenal a few days back. So Mosquera and Gabriel, this is no surprise. The centre back as the centre back pairing, and then we've got on the right hand side White. Because White he played amazingly also against Manchester City. I think he had a very solid, very good game, and he just showed after so many injuries that he just has something left in the tank, which is very exciting for us. So Hikapi is on the bench, and in midfield, I'm very happy to see him again. Master Skelly starts again. I'm so happy about this because he just incredible stuff at the end of last season and now also in this season. He had a good start, good preseason, and good Community Shield. Had an amazing assist to Ricardo Calafiori, who was it was just a perfect assist. And also Calafiori said 70% of this assist or of the goal was Master Skelly's assist. Then we've got in the middle, not Bruno today, not Bruno Guimaraes today. It's Declan Rice because Bruno Guimaraes is injured and it's the first start for Declan Rice in a preseason. He didn't play, and in the Community Shield he came off the bench. So Rice starts today as our 6. Luis Master Skelly will be in the 8, and in the 10 role after his amazing game he was I think one of the best, if not the best player in the last match. Odegaard starts, of course, and he will have the good back line of Rice and Master Skelly to just roam and be a little bit free in expanding on the right hand side in the middle wherever he can show up, and he will link up with the right side with Bukayo Saka. He's back. I actually thought that we would see Madueke because I thought Coventry City, of course, is a promoted side. We can expect that Arsenal will have the ball, plenty of the ball, and that Coventry just will be on the counter attack and have a defensive block with 10 men behind the ball. Otherwise, or with 10 men behind the ball. And so Bukayo Saka is a little bit of a surprise for me, but of course, we like our starman on the right hand side, and he will link up with Odegaard. This will be an amazing pairing, an exciting pairing. Then on the left hand side, we've got Zolis absolutely no surprise here. Had a fantastic preseason so far. I think he had 4 to 5 goals and 4 assists or something like that. Was just amazing. Also in the Community Shield, where he got 2 assists actually. And in the middle, also no surprise. It's not Gyökeres, it's Havertz again, because Havertz just had a good preseason and had a good end of in the last season. He had a very, very good end to the season and scored also in Champions League final and also in the final league game, or in the deciding league game. I'm sorry, and so yeah, I think no big surprises. Declan Rice starts instead of Bruno, of course, and Saka instead of Madueke. Otherwise, this 11 is pretty much the same as it was against City. So yeah, we're a few minutes back in front of the game. In 7 or so minutes it will be kickoff time, and I'm very, very excited. So starting 11, let me know your thoughts down below. What you think in the chat. What are your expectations for this starting 11? Are you surprised by anybody who starts? And let me know your man of the match. I want to know, who is your man of the match. Let me know before the game right now. Let me know it and just write it down. So I'm so excited that the first game is finally here. It took a while. I will come now into my man of the match before the game. I'm going for I'm going for Odegaard again. I think Odegaard was fantastic in the Community Shield. He was, I think, with Dollars the man of the match. I went for Dollars, but most people, I think, went for Odegaard, who was fantastic. Just his link up play, his goal he scored, the assist he gave, he was just amazing. It was all around the pitch. So I'm going for Odegaard. I thought about Solis, but I'm going for Odegaard. I think goal scoring wise and result wise, I think Arsenal. I think a 2-0 3. I'm going for a 3-0 win for Arsenal, and I'm going for goal scorers are Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, and Solis this time. So Havertz maybe gets an assist, but I'm going for a 3-0 win, an exciting win, but not too high scoring game for Arsenal. I don't think we will score 7 or 8 or something like that. Just a solid number. Last year we actually, I think, started against Burnley and it was just a 1-0, and we expected maybe a 2-0 or something else, and I thought Burnley was then promoted. So yeah, will be exciting. And please let me know who are your goal scorers, but most importantly, tell me once again your man of the match before this game. Man of the match, let me know. So let's check it out. Our players are already in the tunnel at the Emirates, and they will get a standing ovation in full in front of a full crowd, just waiting for the defending champion of Arsenal, London FC. It will be just amazing to see them, the defending champions, now move into the stadium in front of a raucous crowd at the Emirates. Here we see them. They will be so motivated to retain this title. And I'm too. I'm so excited for this season. I hope you're as well. Let me know your thoughts. Bukayo Saka with the cornrows, mused hairstyle. I like it. Something else. So, and on the other hand side, I'm being honest, I don't know Coventry City at all. I just know that their coach is Frank Lampard, who we know. Otherwise, I don't see any familiar names for me. So if you know some players, or if you say, okay, I've watched the championship or so, you can let me know. Of course, what you know about Coventry must be a good has to be a good side, a championship side. But we know that championship sides mostly have a tough time in the Premier League because there's such a huge gap in money. Which teams got? In a few minutes, we will start this game. So I don't think at this match, I don't think there's any surprises here in the starting 11, except I think Bukayo Saka, as I mentioned, instead of Madueke, and of course Declan Rice instead of Bruno because Bruno is injured, and it's the first thought. I hoped actually that Bruno will start this game because I just thought that we could um, just save Declan Rice a little bit because I don't think we will need a defensive block or defensive I don't think we need many defensive minded players in this game. Actually, I think we will be on the front foot, and I think we will have roughly, I don't know, 65 to 75% of the ball, or even more. Let's check it out. How good will Coventry work in the defensive block? How will they be on counterattacks? Will Arsenal actually press them high as they did against Manchester City? And I expected in front of the home crowd, of course. I think we will be on the front foot, and I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal scores in the first 15-20 minutes once, or it wouldn't even surprise me if we score twice in this early span. So, just look something up. But in a few moments, Arsenal players are rallying. Just a few words in front of this game. I will also pin my questions. Who is your man of the match before the game, or at the start of the game? Let me know and we talk about it. Who is your man of the match? The Coventry will kick off, and this is the start of the Premier League season. Finally, we've got Premier League football back, and I'm so excited. The World Cup was good, it was fine, but now we've got our main bread in front of us. So Coventry starts. They've got a chance, and this is a corner. So Coventry starts aggressive, and after 20 seconds, they've got a corner. Gabriel Magalhaes with the block. And we got to be careful here. They will be, of course, motivated. They want to shock us at home. They want to be also aggressive and also attack us right away, which they've shown. I think this was a message from Frank Lampard. And they've got a corner. We got to be focused here right now. Come on, Arsenal. Calafiori heads the ball. Was not a good corner. Come on, defend. Well done by Odegaard. Well done by Odegaard. This is Rice, and now we've got a chance to counterattack. Well, we just slow the game down a little bit and calm down the nerves. This is Mosquera in the back line, Gabriel. Marcelo Skelly drops a little bit back, so he will be the opener in midfield. He will try to get the ball early, as Rice does, so that we just rotate in because just can play out easily now from the back. This is now Rice with a little bit of space. Great ball in on the left hand side. This is Dollis. Dollis had a great preseason so far. Great start in his Arsenal career. And actually, I didn't know many things about him. I just saw him, I think, in 1 or 2 games at Nuremberg, but I think a few years back. But he had just a prolific. He's just a prolific goal scorer and assist giver. Has just so many goals and assists in his career in Belgium at, I think, Club Brugge, and now he's at Arsenal, and he had such a fantastic start. This is now Calafiori on the left-hand side, and Matsusken in the middle, but this was not a good ball. But Rice heads the ball. But Coventry City on the left-hand side is a little bit scot-free, so Arsenal players are heading back fast. It's now Maslow Skelly. Also won the ball back, 3 minutes played. A little bit of a nervous start to be expected from both teams, but Coventry actually looks relatively sharp for the start. They are trying to press us a little bit in our own half and to win the ball so that we cannot have the ball for too long and don't have the ball easily in our side. So they're not, for right now, they're not giving us place and space to just so that we can just be in their half. It's a bad ball by Arsenal. Actually, a terrible ball, terrible long ball. Now Coventry City again, trying to play out from the back. The goalkeeper is far ahead of their own goal, trying it with a long ball, a very good long ball. I think Calafiori was a little bit too passive here. He should have been more aggressive towards the ball. Just watch the ball a little bit too much. And I think we got to be careful here right now because Coventry City have found into this game pretty easy. This is now a chance, Saka. This is Odegaard. Looking for Zollis, I think. Yes, playing into Zollis. And now we've got a chance with 4 to 5 players. Trying to be aggressive. This is Zollis. Easy time shooting. First shot for Arsenal went wide, but he had time to make his decision. Just moves to his right foot, and the shot gets wide. Yeah, a little bit deflected maybe. Could have been a corner, I don't know. But Arteta likes it. It's the first good situation for Arsenal, and it's always again Johnny on the spot. And this is also, I think, a focus. I thought we saw it in the first few games in the preseason. Odegaard in the last game also. They tried to open up the defense of the opponents, and this is now Saka. So they're losing the ball easily. This Saka, oh, could have done better, should have done better, and now loses the ball too easily. His cross attempt, I think, just got blocked or shot attempt. But he had not many games. But what I wanted to say is, I think Arsenal are trying and Odegaard are trying to get the ball early and often to Zollis on the left-hand side, as well as to Bukayo Saka, of course. Bukayo Saka here now on the ball. This is Rice, Masu Skelly. And I just think we'll try to feed him because I think he's just such a good player. He wants the ball, but Coventry does well so far, rotating. And now we've got the kind of power play we will be used to in this season a lot against many opponents. This is now Harvard. This is a great ball in. How nearly we score with Saka. God deflected the ball. Jesus. This was a great chance. What happened here? This is Rice. Great ball by Rice. To Zollis. Again Zollis, but this time on the right hand side. Great ball in. Saka maybe. The ball hit his upper arm. But nothing was given. And now this is a corner. This is now a huge chance for Arsenal with Saka on the corner spot. Come on, Arsenal. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, do something. Come on. Short ball. Saka again. Short ball. This is a nice ball. Way too easily. This is wide. Shot. And it just got blocked. It's all this again. He's all over this place. He's all over the shop. Arsenal is aggressive. Pressing. It's always near to wins the ball back. Try to clear the ball, but the ball just went outside for a throw in, but way too easily. A pass right through the defense between two defenders to Dollars, and it gets blocked. And Arsenal have the momentum right now, which we all expected. Odegaard tries a good pass, but it's an offside. But I think just Arsenal, also I've seen it in the Community Shield, we are a little bit more aggressive with passing right in front of goal of the opposition. I think last season we often had the case that Arsenal, just looking at the shot, if the shot would have got in, I think so. But in the end, Arsenal was a little bit tame, a little bit too passive, I think, in front of goal. And now we're more urgent to just make it happen. And this is now Zollis again. He's all over the place. This is Havertz. Zollis wants the ball again. Playing into Rice, who has space, shoots, but just skies over the bar. But you see, Arsenal is aggressive right now. They wanna score early, and after a few moments where Coventry City had the ball, we're now the dominating side, of course, as we all expected. So roughly 10 minutes played. Arsenal doing fine so far. Of course, it's 0-0, but we had decent chance with Zollis now who got blocked. Saka got blocked. Rice now over the bar. Zollis again beforehand. Shot was not too dangerous, the first one. But we are dangerous. This is Raya trying to clear the ball. Wide with the header. But Coventry is aggressive and stays aggressive, and every little opportunity they try to use to just try of course to score a goal, but I think they try to win the balls back in our own half. They try to press, which you can commend them because they have, of course, the huge underdog here against the defending Premier League champions in Arsenal. But here we see it's 70% possession, ball possession for Arsenal, which is not a surprise. This is now Saka against just one defender. Cross gets blocked, and this is now a corner again for Arsenal. So Arsenal, in the last 5 minutes or so, have been very, very aggressive. Very aggressive. And Odegaard just looks to pass the ball to Saka on the right-hand side, to Zollis on the left-hand side. If he doesn't show up in the middle or on the right-hand side, he's all over the place. And that's, I think, makes him hard to defend. So I think Zollis is also a chess piece for Arteta, who he just roams all over the pitch, which is great. And it's hard to defend for, of course, for the back line. Now we've got the corner. Come on, Arsenal. Saka will take it again, I think. There's Roman to the middle. But the keeper has got the ball. It's just a little bit with too much power played from Saka right into the hands of the goalkeeper. But it's fine. A little bit of a shove from Rice. But I think there was not much in it in this foul. A pretty soft foul, I think, if you ask me. Also not with red and white tainted glasses in Arsenal colors. I think Coventry tries a little bit more from their left-hand side in attack, but so far so good. No problems for Arsenal until this point. Arsenal try to press a little bit with Saka now. Havertz goes in, high ball again. Well done by Coventry. We gotta be careful. A little bit of space in the middle to try to shoot, but it gets blocked by Mazzucchelli. Great. Well done, Miles. I think what's so great is we heard this transfer rumors that Mazzucchelli could get transferred to Manchester United, to Chelsea, which is absolutely crazy in my mind because he's such a good player and he's just 19 years old and just gets better and better and better. Last year he started as mostly as a left fullback, but right now he has a place in the midfield. And I think he will rotate with Bruno Guimaraes, if you ask me. And yeah, I think that will be pretty much his role, and also will spell Rice. It depends on the game which we will play. I think if Bruno Guimaraes wouldn't have been hurt for this game and for this match, I think Rice would have been on the bench, and just yeah, save his tank for the season. And also, I think Arteta would have liked to save his tank for the season because I think he needs a full tank, a full energy level, as good as it gets in front of such a long season for Arsenal. We will be in the Champions League, of course, playing hopefully a good role again. This is a foul from Coventry, freaking for Arsenal, as they try to score. Same with the foul, I think. It will be such a long season. That's what I wanted to say. And we need to spell our best players also in some games. And I think Coventry is such a game. But I think it's a great sign that he is playing today because that shows us that he's fit enough for this game after a long World Cup, after a long season, a long Champions League season, which ended in heartbreak. Unfortunately, this is now White, Mosquera. White now, great ball to the other side. Solis wins the header. And stays aggressive. This is now Calafiori with a chance. Great ball in. This is Havertz. We score! 1-0 for Arsenal. Come on, Arsenal! What a great ball in. Well done by Solis. Just winning the ball back. Playing to Calafiori. Calafiori with the assist into the middle. Scott frees Havertz. And we have got our goal. 1-0 for Arsenal. Come on. Yes! Get in. Come on. Yes. And this is the early goal Arsenal needed after 15 minutes. And I said, if we would be aggressive, yes, I know it's a promoted side, but we could score in the first 10 to 15 minutes, and it happened. I didn't have him today on the score sheet, but Kai Havertz just has a streak in him. Great bowling by White. It's also with the header. Then the Coventry fullback just plays it back to Solis into his feet. And this is a perfectly placed pass from Calafiori. Again, Calafiori shows up. What a ball. And the finish of Havertz is superb. Right in the bottom right corner. This is perfect. This is a perfect start for Arsenal. What a goal. What a goal, but what an assist, and what a way to win the ball back by Solis. Perfectly done. This is just amazing. So Solis was crazy good in the Community Shield with 2 assists, so he gets nearly another assist. He plays the ball into Calafiori, who scored in the last game, has an assist, and Havertz, who scored in the last game, also scores in this game. So our players are right in form, right at the start of the game, and right at the start of the Premier League season, of a long season. Great start from Arsenal. 1-0. Skelly wins free kick in his own half. Well done by him. And Coventry City, I think, will have a tough time now to score against us because we're so good in defensive block, so well organized. White tries it again. This is a high ball to Saka. Just uses his body to defend the ball from the defender. This is a great ball, but we have so much space. This is Rice again. This is Tollis. Rice. Great ball in to Havertz, who nearly assists here. This is now an offside position for Havertz. But Coventry, of course, is a promoted side, and they have a tough time right now to be organized in their backline, in their midfield, and defensive structure, because Arsenal just find too much space right now. And if we find this much space, this will be this will be an easy walk. We will waltz through if they let us open it up like this. This is now Rice. 18 minutes played, so roughly 20 minutes played. Arsenal lead here 1-0. Totally deserved. We had our chances with Solis, with also with Rice, with Saka. Not 100% chance until this point. The Solis one got blocked. Maybe would have been went into the goal. But then what a great attack, and it didn't look that threatening because the ball from White, crossing it from his right fullback side, straight all over the pitch to Zolis, just headed the ball, but lost the ball actually. Then the fullback with an error. This is now Odegaard. Great ball in, but Havertz is not fast enough. Well done by the centre back actually. And then he won the ball back because the fullback just played it right into Zolis. He maybe should have played the ball just over the touchline to just get a breather. But he played the ball well done, well recovered by Gabriel, and he gets fouled, or he tries to simulate the foul. Let's see. Was there much in it? Didn't look too very full for us. Let's see again. Yeah, just steps on the foot from of Gabriel. Gabriel is a tough defender, but I think a fair one. And he just, yeah, the striker for Coventry just comes to let, I think, Cisse or something like that, and he just steps on the foot of Gabriel. This can hurt. We all know that. If you've played football, you know that. It's stepped on the foot, it can hurt. This is now the game I think we wanted. Leading with 1-0, 20 minutes played. Knocking on the door for a second goal. This is now Raya, who had an easy evening so far with actually nothing to do up to this point, and we hope it stays that way, of course. Right, just looking for a ball or pass. This is Mosquera who starts today again. Let's see if he also will start in the next few games, because Arsenal bought in Konsa, a great defender from Aston Villa. Got him for, I think, roughly 15 million pounds or something like that, which I think is a fair price in today's market. He's 28. Yes, he's a little bit older, but an experienced centre back. And we need experience also in this side, because if one centre back goes down, like Mosquera, like Gabriel, so we don't hope so, of course, then yeah, it could get dangerous for Arsenal. This is now Saka playing the ball into the middle. We have got so much space. This is Skelly, Calafiori. Havertz tries to win the ball, but yeah, slight foul from Havertz, a little bit too aggressive. But again, we would have a huge chance for a second goal. But what I wanted to say is Konsa is a great signing for Arsenal, I think, because we just needed more center backs, and also a center back who could play on the right center back side where normally Saliba plays, and can also play on the right fullback side. So a very versatile player and a very good player, and I think one of the best players of Aston Villa in the last few years. So a great signing for Arsenal here, and I hope we get another transfer or two transfers done. I think at the most it will be one. I think because just I don't know 10 weeks 10 days. I'm sorry to go. This is now a chance for Rice, Odegaard in the middle. Great ball back. This is Rice. He has got space. He has a great shot. Looking for Zollis. Zollis plays the ball into the middle. And the goalkeeper, just with a mistake, and Saka scores. Come on! 2-0 for Arsenal. Get in! What a mistake by the goalkeeper. Just couldn't handle the ball. And the goal was wide open for Saka. Just had to put the ball into the back of the net. 5 yards out or so. Coventry is just overwhelmed right now. Arsenal is just swarming. And this is totally deserved for Arsenal. Second goal for Arsenal. And it had been coming. Again, a mistake. In Arsenal's half this time. Rice plays the ball to Odegaard, back to Rice. Rice then looking for Zollis. Great ball in. Actually would have been maybe cleaned out from the fullback. But the goalkeeper plays the ball, but doesn't get much on it. And there is Saka, Johnny on the spot. But great ball in again by Zollis. When we score, all I see is Odegaard, Zollis, and Rice in front of the goal. This is great. And Arteta is happy because he knows 2-0. Now we can go into the second half and also get players like Saka, like Odegaard, and the Stars and Zollis just a little bit of a rest because Coventry has no chance of coming back. I'm sorry, but this is not going to happen. Wow. So what I wanted to say is I want a transfer on the left-hand side or in the middle as a striking option. And yes, I know we've got Havertz, and I know he's now pretty much settled in the starting 11 for Arsenal. Bad ball, but Miles Kelly, well done by him, recovering, winning the ball back after White lost it. And we just need another striking option or a player on the left-hand side. It's always looking great, but imagine if he goes down or Martinelli, who we've got until this point. Galatasaray want him, I think Napoli want him, and maybe we'll lose Gabriel Jesus, but he doesn't play a huge role for us. He would just be sold because he earns high wages. And in the end of the day, we just need another left winger, or we need another striker. Good ball into White, who gets fouled. No, just loses the ball. He thinks it was fouled. I don't know if there was much in it. Throw in for Coventry. But again, I think Arsenal should have gone hard for Barcola. Now Arsenal have had an offer for I think 100 million euros or pounds for Kenan Yildiz from Juventus, but I've heard that he has I think a little bit problems in his knee or something. I heard about injury that he cannot train always, and I think this is a very young player, very good player, I think, but it could be, I think, a tricky one to get it over the line. Firstly, because Juventus doesn't want to sell him, and Liverpool is going for Barcola, which I would have gone for Barcola actually. I said it all the time. I would have gone for Barcola. Yes, I know some people say he's like a Madueke. He's not. I think he's a better player than Zollis, but Zollis is just. He just knows how to score goals and assist. He's just a very straightforward player. I don't. Barcola is a more flair player, but I think if you're just comparing it to a Madueke on the right hand side, it would have been just such a high upgrade and just an option to play Barcola, to play Zollis, to just rotate them. And to also have an option, maybe if Saka needs a spell, because I'm just not excited by the thought that if Saka is playing, Madueke is playing, he offers speed. I know he can stretch defenses, but otherwise than that, he hasn't shown anything in his first year. Yes, maybe give him some games this season and see. Maybe he can get better, but he was the same player, I think, at Chelsea, just a little bit more effective than at Arsenal. So a bit of a frustrating player for us so far, I think, although he's not the starting option. But Arsenal needs another striker. Arsenal wants to get Alvarez, but Atletico doesn't want to sign to Barcelona. They said maybe when they want to sell him then to Arsenal. But if this deal gets over the line for, I don't know, 130, 140, 150 million pounds or euros, I don't know about that. Would be a great addition, of course. But if you ask me, I would rather go for a left winger again, because I think Havertz and Gyökeres can get the job done for this season. But of course, I would wish, and I think maybe you would also, let me know in the comments, if you wish also we get another striker and another left winger. Why not get Yildiz, Barcola, or a combination of them, and another striker, and Alvarez on another striker like Osimhen, like it was rumored. I think that would be a great option as well. But I just think we would just get one more player. So back to the game, 28 minutes played. Arsenal's leading with 2 goals, 82% possession in the last 10 minutes. So of course, I think Coventry had a great start to begin with, just looking more aggressive than I thought a promoted side would look like. But now Arsenal, after I think 5 minutes or so, just played a little bit better. Then after 15 minutes, Havertz scored. And before that, we had chances, and right now it's just an open book for us. Odegaard loses the ball too easily here this time. Coventry just with many, many high balls. They're trying to set up their striker. But that's a tough proposition against Mosquera and Gabriel. White is first one on the ball. Well done by Mosquera. Saving the ball, and then a foul. Saka gets fouled. Also helping out in the defense, which is a great sign, which is just what Arsenal does all the time. 12-0. 12-0 touches in the opposition box. This tells you everything about this game. Coventry just didn't do anything in front of goal up to this point. They flashed a little bit 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes or so. But they just don't have the players to threaten Arsenal, which is to be expected. They must have the lowest or near the lowest budget in this Premier League season. But maybe they've got a chance with Lampard at the coaching position to not be relegated at the end of the season. So it's a little bit hot in here. "30 minutes played. Calafiora on the ball. If you ask me, this is a great game to show, okay, we are leading 2-0. We could play the ball slowly, just roll them over with maybe one more goal. So, but I think Arsenal should go for a high scoring game, high scoring match, because if we score 4 to 5 to 6 goals, this could also be a good sign for the tail end of the season. If anybody can be neck and neck with us this time in the title race, like City was actually last season. But I think this is another proposition this year with no Pep Guardiola left. I would be interested who will step up. Will it be City? Will it be Chelsea? I don't know. I don't think it would be Manchester United, maybe Liverpool, but is their defense good enough? I'm not so sure if there are opponents, and I'm happy with that. I think this is such a great opportunity for Arsenal because we just got now Bruno Guimaraes, which was such a great signing for Arsenal in the midfield. We've just got the best midfield by far in the Premier League, and midfield wins you games. The defense is already there. Saliba will come back and will make this backline even stronger than it is right now. With such versatile players in Calafiori who can play fullback, who can play in the middle of the park, or he drops there and also attacks wide, which is so helpful also for Zollis. So both can threaten, as they showed, both can assist, both can score, which is a great sign. And on the other hand side, on the right hand side, White also tries to overlap a little bit more as he was used to in his career actually at Arsenal. And the back line also so versatile. Hincapi can play centre back. Calafiore has played centre back also at Bologna, where he was previously. Mosquera can play right back also, or maybe also left back. So both fullback positions. It's just an amazing sign for such a versatile team. And also Masus Kelly can play in midfield. He can also play on the fullback in the fullback rotation. But I think he's best in the midfield. This is now Saka, has got huge time on the ball. I'm sorry, has plenty time on the ball. Plays it into Havertz, I think, who shoots, who gets blocked. Was it White? White tries to chip the ball into the middle, gets blocked. Goalkeeper's got it. Will they try again with a long ball? Yes, they try to look with a long ball. This is a great looking ball. Now Gabriel has to match up with the only striker. The striker does well, and this is a foul from Gabriel. As well, not great body position from Gabriel this time. And this is a yellow card, I think. You can give that. Just tucks the jersey right in front of our own box. This could have been a penalty if it would have been 1 yard just further in front of goal. So we're pretty lucky here, I think, from Gabriel, who normally is more resolute in defense. There was a stupid foul. But that can happen sometimes if you just have got so much ball possession in a game where you're leading 2-0. Sometimes it can happen that you're just surprised with something. And this time the white ball went great. This is now a free kick opportunity for Coventry. Ball in, headed away. I think it was White. Well done. And this is now a counter situation. Havertz, but he just loses the ball. It's played back. High ball again. But there's nobody here. Just Solis gets fouled. Well done by Havertz. And Solis is fouled. And this is actually a rough foul. Could be a yellow card here. Where's the card? Looked actually pretty rough, this foul. Let's look again. First time Solis gets fouled. Then Masuskelly plays the ball into Havertz, who plays the ball into. Yeah, this is a foul. And has to be a booking. What's happening here? Just goes a little bit with the elbow into Solis. And he knows he cannot play the ball in this situation. This has to be a booking. Terrible decision by the referee. First time I have to complain about the referee. I didn't get anything up against him up to this point, but this time I think he should have gone for a booking. But fine, we're leading 2-0. But I think this could have been a booking. This is now Saka on the right-hand side. This could have been a foul. Gets blocked, and this is another corner for Arsenal. Way too easily, Saka gets into the box on the outside against striking option of Coventry. This cannot happen. You cannot send a striker in a duel against Bukayo Saka. This is just a mismatch. most of the times a fullback is not enough against Saka, but a striker, this is crazy. This cannot happen for Coventry. But I like it. More of that, and we score more goals. This is now Bukayo Saka again. He took, I think, every corner from the right-hand side. Come on, Arsenal. Another goal would be so fantastic. Ball into the middle. Arsenal win it back. This is Saka again on the right-hand side. Odegaard has the time to get a cross in, but it gets blocked. Solis, well done. What a ball in! And Havertz should have scored here. Cannot handle the ball with his head. Should have been free here. Was scot-free. Solis again. Man unmarked. Calafiori. Was there a hand from a Coventry player? In a box. Just gets blocked. Again, Solis. So many balls come to Solis. Once again. But the ball wasn't great. Rice with a foul. Tactical foul. As Coventry City tried to counterattack. Clever foul by him. Could have been a booking. Was a tactical foul. I think Rice is not too happy with how many players came back at this time. No, this was not. This was they showed a replay, but this was not a hand at all. It was just a shoulder. But after a few slower minutes from Arsenal, now we had the chance to score a third one, and Havertz had to score in this time. Just mistimed the ball. Otherwise, he would have headed it back into the back of the net. This should have been the third one, and the third one would have killed this game totally. I think right now, leading with 2-0 is enough for us. But the third one, and we just have coasted to the finish line. So we're nearing the end of the first half. Let me know your thoughts if you're live. What do you think about this game so far? What do you think about the performance? And has your man of the match maybe changed in front in the beginning now to the middle of the game? Almost 70% possession for Arsenal. And shot-wise, we should have plenty of shots. Let's look. Quick look at the statistics. If you're live, I appreciate you. Please just comment here in this watch along of SevGunner. I try to be here every week. So quick look at the stats so far. So 1 expected goal from Arsenal, 2 goals scored, which is a great sign. 8 total shots to Arsenal, 3 on goals, just 1 shot for Coventry, and this was not on target. And 22 touches in the opposition box to 0. This is great. This is just pure domination from Arsenal at this point. And which was to be expected, but it can be always a little bit harder than you think, being the dominating side. It's David against Goliath in this time, and we're Goliath, and we're just doing our job. Arsenal is doing their job, and Coventry is just overwhelmed with their promoted side. Of course, this was to be expected, but I think it's a dominating fashion in which we're doing it. One time we were sloppy with Gabriel in defense, but otherwise than that, Coventry didn't have much of the ball this time. They've got it in the middle of the park. Califer tries to recover. This is Dollis. We got to be more aggressive in defense, I think. A little bit more aggressive. Cross gets blocked, but they win it back. And this is actually a chance. This was a great shot. If it was meant to be a shot. Just over the bar. There's an overkick. This would have been maybe the goal of the season if this went in. But Raya would have been there. But he looked a little bit surprised. This was a surprise shot by Coventry. Raya, long ball in to Havertz, who wins the ball. But it went straight to the goalkeeper. So Coventry are just doing it with long balls. I think they could be kind of a Stoke team. Just long ball after long ball after long ball. This is their method to the madness. I don't think they will play every game like this, but they're just trying that maybe Arsenal will sleep one time. One time it actually looked decent when Gabriel fouled the striker, I think Cisse, or how it's called him. Maybe butchering his name. Great ball in Barrais, too wide. This is now Saka on the right-hand side, tries to cross. Maybe, yeah, puts the ball back to Rice. This is now a counter situation. Now 3 against 4, but Arsenal players track back fast. There is nothing in it. Coventry actually looks a little bit more, or a little bit better at on the ball the last 5 to 7 minutes. They if least tried something, but until this point, this is not a game to worry. If you're Raya or the defensive backline, this is just as good as it gets. We just keep a clean sheet. That's all we can wish for. This is now against Ollis in the attack. Tries to shoot. Tries to get into the middle of the park. Gets fouled. I think there could be a yellow card after that. This is now Odegaard. Great ball in. Gets blocked. This is a corner kick. Will there be a booking for the foul on Ollis? They tried to rough him up, I think, because he's just all over the shop. Yeah, this was a pretty good foul. Fortunately, not too hard on the knee, otherwise the knee could have been gone. And that's what I mean. If we lose, it's all this, because Martinelli is not in the lineup. We have to keep adding players. And also at the striking position. I know Gyökeres and Towers, but what if one goes down? Then we play a Saka in the middle of the park, so I think we lose then something on the right-hand side because Madueke is not good enough. And Dauman doesn't get too many chances. Shot from Odegaard gets blocked again. Another corner. I think we have to have at least 8 corners or so. And nearly every corner comes from the right-hand side until this point. Again, Saka with the cross. Maybe we score a third one. Maybe freeze a charm. Saka up to Rice, who scored free. What a shot, and nearly scores. Nearly curves the ball into the back of the net. And it was wide open. Sure, short corner. Saka to Odegaard. Odegaard back to Saka, who plays it too wide. And he's smiling because he knows this was close. This was fairly close. Could have been his first goal of the season. He doesn't score many goals, but if he scores it, they are always important goals. And Frank Lampard is not looking thrilled, of course, right now, being 2-0 down. Havertz tries to win the ball back. And this should be it for the first half. Arsenal staying aggressive and winning the ball back again. But this is an offside position now for Havertz, and this should be it. This is the first half. Arsenal are leading with 2 goals ahead against Coventry City, who are just overwhelmed. Arsenal is dominating since the beginning. After 5 minutes or so, we just dominated ball possession, shot after shot. Solis with a chance before the goal. Saka got blocked. Rice with a shot before the goal. Then we opened up with Havertz with a great goal, great assist, great ball in from Solis, who won the ball back at the left hand side. Played it back then to played it into Calafiori, and what an assist by Calafiori into the middle, right to Havertz, who just scores with his left foot in the bottom right corner. Nothing to save here for the goalkeeper. Great start for Arsenal. And afterwards, Bukayo Saka, after Solis played the ball into the middle, the goalkeeper tried to make too much, save it. He didn't know that another defender, fullback, would have cleaned maybe this ball. And so Saka was Johnny on the spot, 2-0 for Arsenal. We had a few chances afterwards. Solis got blocked one time right in front of goal, could have been one. Havertz should have scored with his header, just mistimed the ball. That can happen. He's not the best of finishers, but he showed a incredible finish, I think, with his first goal, which was just a ball you cannot save. Not at all. Not a goalkeeper can handle this ball if it's placed that well in the right bottom corner, the left one. It's like having a penalty kick. If you just place it with the right amount of power, and this time it was not just a powerful shot, it was just a precise shot at in the right bottom corner, just with FA, was just amazing to see. And so Arsenal are 2-0 up at halftime. This should be a good win for Arsenal, a great one. It would be if we just score more goals. And this is got to be the motto for the second half. We gotta score more goals. I think we gotta change up also the squad. I think we gotta keep some players fresh. I think, if you ask me, Rice will come off. What are your thoughts regarding? Let me know your thoughts if you're live regarding changes in the dressing room, maybe also at halftime. I will look up now the squad, but I think we will go. If we go defensively, we could see Subimendi coming in for Rice. I think this could be the one, or even Merino for Rice, or maybe we would change Subimendi and Merino in for Meisel, Skelly, and Rice. I think these will be. This could be changes for us. I think Solis will come off the pitch. I don't think that we can play him any longer because for right now, if the squad stays the same, we gotta just protect him because he got fouled once or twice in the first half because they couldn't just handle him because he was just all over the field again, yet again in this game. Yeah, maybe we'll change Odegaard again, Odegaard as well. I think we could see Max Dowman, right hand position for Saka. Or even Madueke. So I think Madueke will come in maybe for Saka, Dauman maybe in for Odegaard, or or maybe a Wanyeri. That would be exciting and surprising. But if you ask me, actually, if I'm looking down our starting team, Ebrigi Eze will come in for Odegaard. Pierre Hincapie will come in for Calafiori. I would bet Eze and Hincapie will come in. And otherwise than that, a combination of maybe Subimendi and Marino, maybe both. And I think it was a sub out the midfield. Or a Victor Gyökeres could see the green light and come in for a Havertz. I think these are the most likely ones. I know I pointed out many here, so they're pretty easy to happen. And regarding man of the match, I think this is a tight race. Many players played well so far. So well done so far by Arsenal. I will refill my bottle and be right back in a few moments. And so I'm back. So let's see. Just will take a few more minutes until the teams will come back. But this was an amazing half by Arsenal, I think. Well played by them. I know Coventry City is just a promoted side, but they had a decent start, and after that, they were just overwhelmed. We just dominated the midfield. Solis was all over the pitch. He was really all over the pitch. He was also one time on the right hand side, even in the middle. Um, Havertz looked decent enough. Odegaard has a very good game. Saka has a very good game. Also scored. Um, I think Riccardo Calafiore, the one time he assisted, well done by him as well. He's just such an good offensive player for Arsenal, such an expanding player, and he's so important in the system for Arsenal, actually, for Arteta. He has struggled with injuries in the last few years, but if he stays fit, he could be so vital for this Arsenal attack. We can see it right now. He's just meshing well with whoever plays on the left hand side. This time it's Solis. Last year it was Trossard, and sometimes it was Martinelli. But he's just such a good player. He can drop into midfield. He's just a dangerous player because teams cannot say what he will do, and you also need the the right winger to move back and to get into the defense and play well, because he can be all over the pitch, as we saw in the preseason, and it continues right into this Premier League season. And I think that's what's important for Arsenal. It's just a great start because Odegaard had a good preseason game, good preseason games, and well game. He was the best one with Solis in my mind last time in the Community Shield, where we just mopped up Manchester City with 3 goals to nil. What an amazing story, winning the Community Shield. Small trophy, but nonetheless an important one at the beginning of the season. And it gets right, and we move just right into this game against Coventry on the gas pedal, just moving them backwards. Odegaard shines, Solis shines in this game so far, and it continues. Calafiori shines again, like in the last game. Saka shows up, Johnny on the spot the one time, looking also great. Also getting in crosses and I'm sorry, corners into the box. Had so many corners. Arsenal just totally dominated. Once or twice we looked a little bit shaky in defense. Gabriel had his moment, got booked. Fortunately, it was not a penalty. Otherwise than that, just an easy evening for David Raya. I don't think he had anything to save up until this point. Miles Kelly looks very well in defense. Mosquera looks solid. And so far, so good for Arsenal. Just a well played game. And also, Rice had his chance to nearly score his first Premier League goal of the season. And so we just can be happy so far. And now, please rotate and get more goals. We should win this game at least, in my mind, by 4 goals to nil, if not five. Maybe Arteta will go for a more defensive approach this time in the second half. I hope not. I hope we bring in a Gyökeres who will be motivated, who wants to start again for this team. We will get in maybe a Madueke or Dauman or even both, and we will rotate, I think, in the midfield. And also, I think Calafiori will come out. So maybe one or maybe two midfielders will be changed up. I think the striking option in Havertz will get changed up, and I think yeah, Saka will come out. And I'm, if you ask me, I said it before, I would bet that Calafiori comes out, Hincapié will come in for him, and I will bet also that yeah, I think Gyökeres will come in for Madueke, I'm sorry, will come in for Saka, or he will get replaced. Yeah, I would say these two, and then maybe a Masu Skelly, maybe a Rice with Supermandy, the likes of Marino or so on. And I would be interested. Maybe when Yeri comes in for Odegaard, because if they want to loan him or something else, maybe he can showcase himself. I hope we don't sell him. Don't sell him, Arsenal. Keep this good player. Keep this young talent, just 19 years old, and just loan him. And maybe this loan spell goes better than the last one at Marseille. But such a great game for Arsenal. I've spoken before. I think we had 22 touches in the opposition box, which is unheard of. I know it's just a promoted side. We gotta keep that in mind. But nonetheless, you gotta, if you've got the chance to dominate, you gotta dominate. And Arsenal is doing just that. And that's impressive. From the defending Premier League champions. Teams will come out in just a few moments. And the fans at the Emirates can be proud of this team as well as we are. So far, so good. We all expect a win today against Coventry, but we are getting an easy win as it looks like. Last season, we had a win against Burnley. We dominated Burnley, but we just won, but just one goal. And at the end of the season, we also, I'm sorry, went for just one goal. But it was important, the most important one from Havertz, and we sealed the deal in last year's season, just with such a score. But this time, 2 goals up, easy, easy peasy lemon squeezy for Arsenal. And we gotta score more goals in the second half. Go for 4 to 5 goals. Bring in a Jokeres who is motivated. Just keep on pushing with Solis and Califiore on the left hand side before you change them up. Just looking if we have substituted. It doesn't look like it actually. And Arsenal, just from the kickoff, just try to go into the attack. Skelly on the ball, Calafiori on the left hand side. Mosquera plays the ball into White, who had a solid game in the first half. Tried to link a few times with Saka to come in front of goal, and also had, I think, a blocked shot. This is Raya in goal. Had nothing to do in the first half. Arsenal tried to play out from the back. Coventry try to press us high up the pitch. But Arsenal just with a great ball in. This is great wide ball, but is this an offside position? Yes, it was just slight offside position. It looked like from Saka. Otherwise than that, it would have been a great ball in to Saka. That could have been the start we needed in the second half. Just we gotta look that we score in the first 10 to 15 minutes in the second half, because then we can go for a fourth and a fifth, because we'll need goals at the end of the season. Keep a clean sheet, of course. That's the most important thing. But just add on more goals. And this is now a defensive battle between the Mascara and his opponent. Looked like a foul, but this could be a foul on Havertz. No. Refa lets the game play on. Wants a fast game, and I like this one about the referee. I think he had a solid performance so far. The one time, I think when Solis got fouled, he should have the fullback. I think the right one should have been booked, but otherwise than that, I think it was okay. And Coventry just tries it with high balls, chips, and always long ball from the goalkeeper. But so far, Arsenal wasn't threatened at all. Just a solid display by Arsenal yet again. Solis, Skelly has a space in the middle of the park. Plays it to Rice. Great ball into Odegaard. Saka yet again overlapping is White. He has got a chance to play the ball back. And Odegaard mishits it, but it's a free! It's the third one for Arsenal! Get in! And he just says, well, that can happen as well. Just kind of smuggles the ball over the line. Just totally mishit the ball, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Odegaard scores yet again. Like in the Community Shield, that's this time not that cool, but you have to be a little bit lucky. And this was a great ball cutting in right through the middle, from Rice to Saka, overlapping is White, and then scot-free is Odegaard. I think ball gets deflected, goalkeeper is surprised, has a hand on the ball, but cannot get the ball away. Not strong enough in this moment, but he looks unfortunate, of course. But this is the third one. Arsenal scores yet again, and I told you we have to score in the first 5 to 10 to 15 minutes. And now Arsenal can head 4 to 5 goals, even 6 is possible at this point, because we will make changes in the next 10 minutes, I think. We gotta make them. And Odegaard scores again, and that's so important because the last few years he didn't score too many goals. Just looks so impressive since he came back from the World Cup. Fantastic start for Arsenal in the second half, scoring within the first 5 minutes. That's all you can ask for. 3 points in the books, sealed and delivered by Arsenal. They just rolled all over Coventry so far, who are of course the underdogs. But you just gotta beat the opponent who's in front of you, and Arsenal is just doing that impressively so far in this game. And I hope we don't. That's a foul on Havertz, just getting pulled. Wow, damn foul by Coventry, in my mind. But surely they have given up on this game. But it's so important to just win, and if we just gotta win against every opponent or who's in front of us, or just don't get beat most of the times, we will retain this Premier League title. I'm telling you, and I'm certain about that. We will win it. This is Solis now with a great ball in, but a little bit too high. Saka has the ball, plays it back to White, and White has got his assist. Even though the shot by Odegaard was a little bit lucky, deflected, and then the goalkeeper had his hand on the ball, but nonetheless, it went in. Arsenal just being aggressive, pressing back with Saka, just trying to retain the ball as fast as possible, and that's what we wanted to see. Not a pragmatic side who's just pressing sometimes, but just pressing as a team. And of course, it's tough for Coventry. They just try to launch long ball after long ball, and yet again Arsenal wins the ball easily. This is Havertz, this is Saka, and just the goalkeeper saves the ball. Was a little bit too centrally placed, this ball. No, it was Master I'm sorry, with the shot. But they cannot get out of the box. Stupid mistake by Coventry. Havertz lays off the ball to Masuskelly, and it's a decent shot, but it's a little bit too central at the goalkeeper, a little bit too much into the middle of the goal. Otherwise, than that, if he would have had a little bit more angle to the left side, I think this is a fourth one. Rice takes a corner from the right hand side. Come on, get 4 in. Come on, do it. Let's get it. Good ball in, headed away by Coventry. Can they put the ball away? Yes. But yet again, Arsenal have the ball with Odegaard. Solis, the nearest man to the goal. Yes, Gabriel stays in front of the goal, just waiting for a cross. So you see how aggressive Arsenal is playing right now. This is Odegaard looking for the pass to White. And if the ball has gone through, White's there, cutting inside or even delivering a great cross. Good ball in by White. Bad ball by Havertz. Counter situation, but just 1 against 4. So you see how tough it is for Coventry, because if they've got a chance or maybe an opening for a counter attack, there's nobody in attack. They've got every man behind the ball. It's just a perfect game for Arsenal to play in, leading with 3 goals. This game is already won for Arsenal. Now we gotta see that nobody gets injured, that we rotate players in, and rest a little bit also in the second half, because this will be a long Premier League season. There will be the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. I'm sorry, and the Champions League. So many competitions for Arsenal, and we want to be good in all of them. Mainly, in my mind, and I think in every Arsenal fan's mind, the Premier League title, to retain it and to threaten also yet again in the Champions League. Maybe we can get over the line this time. I think we need one or two players more in the offensive side of the pitch. Okay, nearly a great ball in from Coventry, but we defended well enough. A little bit too much space here on the right hand side for Coventry. Ball in, and even Raya didn't look certain for a moment. We gotta stay focused. We cannot let them score. But we gotta get more attacking players to win a competition like the Champions League. We saw it against PSG. We played well enough in defense, but offensively we had just maybe one time of luck with Trossard winning the ball and playing into Havertz. But otherwise than that, it was just a defensive struggle for us against PSG, who has just way more and better attacking players than we've got with Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Doué, and so on and so forth, and Barcola also last year, and they didn't even play him in the Champions League final, which is unheard of, or didn't even start. So I think we made a good addition with Solis, as I said, with Bruno Guimaraes, great one. But we gotta keep adding more players to the attack, because I think in defense we're already set. We've got now Konsa in the centerpiece position, and also can play right back. And if Saliba comes back, it's even a stronger rotation. What's happening here? I think the clock from the referee went off, or just changed it. It's funny. So there's a corner for Coventry, 56th minute. Come on, Arsenal. Defend as well. Get the ball out. Just get the ball out. Yes. Saka has the ball. Coventry retains the ball, but this is a bad ball, and this is now a counter situation for Havertz. Havertz, and Solis is right with him. On the left hand side, there's Odegaard. Get the ball to him. Yes, they're playing to Solis, but this is a bad ball by Odegaard. Just a slightly too far ahead. This is an offside position. We could have done and should have done way better this time. This had to be the fourth goal, or the opportunity for the fourth goal. I think Havertz has to play the ball earlier, and then Solis is just half a foot, half a step forward, too much leaning, or just half a foot standing in an offside position. If we played it better, it's 4, and it had to be 4. But as 3-0, we can maybe say, okay, can happen. But we're looking better in also situations where we can counterattack. I think the counterattack and just the transitions were not good last season. Dominating ball possession, yes, Arsenal can do that every time, but the transition game has to get better. And it looked a bit better this time, but just half a step in and off offset position by always. But Coventry tries and tries yet again, because Arsenal are leading 3-0, and I think some players are actually a little bit switched off right now. Gotta stay focused, gotta stay sharp through the whole of the game. I know I'm repeating that often, but that's part of football. You gotta stay aggressive even though you're leading. Leslie Skelly gets fouled. Well done. Keeping his body in front of the ball. So tell me, who is your man of the match for right now? If you're live, let me know your thoughts of this game. Impressive start by Arsenal. First Premier League game. First Premier League match of the season. Just an impressive start for Arsenal in the first half. and even the second half is looking decent. And we have got 83% ball possession, I think, in the second half in the last few minutes. This is unheard of. This is now Master Skelly in midfield. He's looking well. Rice. Half an hour to play. Calafiori here is now in the striking or in the near in a 10 role. He's all over the pitch as well as Dollis. He's just a chess piece. You put him wherever he thinks it's good for the team. This is Odegaard. I think he has the license to be free from Arteta's side. Great double pass. White with a cross, bad cross. But otherwise than that, this could have been a dangerous attack yet again. Mosquera playing out from the back. 60th minute play, 60th minute. Right now, 30 minutes to go. Tack on maybe 2 to 5 minutes. I think first half we attacked often from the left-hand side. Second half, I think it's more the right-hand side, which is the more active side. As I said, balls played to Dollis. Great ball in. This is Calafiori. What a cutback. And I think Dollis hits. Odegaard now hits a defender. Plenty of chances for Arsenal. Yet again, good ball in by Calafiori, by Dollis. Actually, a great cut by Calafiori. Gives the ball to Odegaard. Wants to shoot, but then Dollis shoots straight at the defender. But another corner for Rice. Another opportunity to get the fourth one. Come on, Arsenal. Come on, come on. Well, we played so many corners short, and I think this has to be an instruction. And this is so much space for Maestro Skelly. Played the ball a little bit too slow. And this is now a counter attack for Coventry City. A bad ball. Bad ball by Coventry. And Arsenal recovers. Now Coventry will change for the first time. I think the first time I gotta look up. We made any changes so far? From our side, no. It's the first change for Coventry. "62 minutes played. Let me know what you think so far. Who are you leaning towards a man of the match? I think many players have a shout for the man of the match at the end of the game, and at the end of the match I will talk about the player, my man of the match. I think so many players have impressed so far. And I think what Arsenal is doing well, I think the last season was also a season where we played well defensively, but in offense, I think we were a little bit stale sometimes. And this time, I think we're fluid. Nearly every player tries to be scot-free if they receive the ball. So there's just a rotation. Just every player tries to be open for a passing lane. So this is just a movement you have to have in a team where you're just dominating possession the whole time. Fairly the whole time you've got 70 to 80% of the of the ball possession. You've got 13 shots, just 2, 4 on target. That's not maybe not the greatest rate for 13 shots, but you've got so many touches in the opposition's box. This is now Odegaard, great movement, great ball into Dollis, who has got space on the left-hand side, cuts into the middle, great ball in. This is Havertz. Great touch, but then Thomas recovers in defense. And this is now a corner, but yet again, great stuff. And a great round by Havertz, who sees easy ball in from Zolis. Maybe Havertz could have played the ball back into the middle, but there were many defenders there. Another corner for Rice. He's fifth or something. It's crazy. How many corners? But we had so many corners. And we're not too threatening of them so far. Rice, ball into the middle. Goalkeeper tries to chip it. Cannot get hand and glove on it. This is Solis! And the goalkeeper isn't too sure about it. Just it looks like a young goalkeeper. It's not here when the ball's played in. Shot just saved, but just drops the ball straight ahead of him. And he's lucky that there's no Arsenal player within space to just head the ball home. Yeah, Gabriel would have been surprised. And this is another now throw in for Arsenal this time. So many set pieces, and we have to be better of set pieces. I think it's just the first game. There's no Saliba, but normally Gabriel is very good heading the ball home. But so far, that's not our strength. If there's a weakness, we can say maybe the set pieces weren't that strong or strongly finished. That's a bad ball by Rice. But Mosquera stays active and just slides the ball away. But Coventry recovers on the left-hand side from their left-hand side. Well done by White. Calafiore heads the ball away. Somebody gotta attack him. This is a goal kick. Coventry wants a corner, but this is a goal kick. Maybe they're looking at it. No referee. Doesn't want this. Any complaints? So 67th minute double change for Arsenal. Subimendi will come in for Rice, and Madueke will spell Saka, I guess. Great game by Rice, coming back into the starting 11. And yes, Saka is coming off the pitch as well. So Subimendi gets his chance after he had a winning affair in the World Cup with Spain, but he just didn't have many minutes. Just got subbed, I think, in the last few minutes in the final. So this means just fresh legs with Madueke. Madueke will bring speed, a little bit more speed than Saka, but otherwise than that, he's not even on anything to speak of in terms of the quality of a Saka. But he can dribble a little bit and he's fast. Tries to do something here. Something White playing in ball into Masuskelly, who tries to go onto the left-hand side. Subimendi, more defensive-minded player even than Rice, I think. He's just flat at the 6. Tries to attack here with Dollis. Souls plays the ball back. Gabriel. Master Skelly turns. Plays the ball back to Gabriel. He tries to do something because there's nobody around him. But that's not his forte. So he fouls. 69 minutes played. Arsenal still leading with 3 goals. 2-0. Double change also for Coventry City. Frank Lampard is trying to do something to just maybe get a goal or just to do something more positive. But up to this point, Arsenal is totally dominating this game. Let's check the stats out while there's the double change. So 15 shots for Arsenal, just to 3 shots from Coventry, and 5 on goal to just 0, and just a nothing burger for Coventry City. 68% ball possession against 32%. So we're dominating in every phase of the game, and 34 touches in the opposition box to just 2. That's totally unheard of. I've never heard such a stat. This is not a third. This is not a third division side in England. This is a relegated side, a promoted side. I'm sorry. It is now Madueke. Bad ball. Yeah. Not a good cross, but he's just here for 3 minutes. Wanted a run from maybe Gyökeres or so. Here we see Konsa on the bench, in the stadium. I'm sorry. Watching on, and he will get his fair share of moments in this season because Saliba's out. And then he can rotate with Mosquera in the center back position. Havertz. And then he plays it back to Gabriel. So 70 minutes. If you're live, tell me what you think so far. Is this just not the most impressive start we could have wished for Arsenal? Leading 3-0. We hope we're getting a 4th or a 5th. Would be incredible. I went for a 3-0 in front of the match. And I went for a man of the match in Odegaard. Yet again, I think he has a strong case for that. But also other players are really, really dominating today, like Tolles, like Saka. Well done by Zubimendi. Great ball by Raya. Those Odegaard's coming back so far, so deep. I think it's an opportunity just to get another body in. Get in at Max Dowman. Get him some minutes. Get Odegaard out or bring in a Wanyeri. Well done by Wanyeri. This is now the chance for Arsenal with Madueke. Overlapping is wide. So much space for Odegaard. Shoots. Gets deflected. And Mosquera wins it strongly back against the attacker. Retains ball possession for Arsenal. This is Tolles with Calafiori. The left-hand side looked so well, especially in the first half, but this is such an impressive first game for Arsenal. What a ball in by Skelly, and nearly Calafiori got there just in time, but the goalkeeper read that out well this time. What a ball in by Skelly. Could place a nutmeg through the... and just nutmegs the midfield player. And nearly the perfect ball for Calafiori, and he could have scored or assisted here. Wow. Just incredible what he can do on the ball. Skelly is such a good ball handler of the ball. Impressive. Really, really, really impressive. He had played the ball against in the Community Shield to Calafiori. Like a knife through butter, and this time again a little bit with too much pace, or maybe Calafiori isn't the paciest, but otherwise than that, we had chances for the 4th, and I think we will make a 4th. At least one more goal for Arsenal, I'm guessing. I'm hoping. And then it's on the other teams to match us. This is a great start for Arsenal. Next game will be a tougher one at Villa. But they've lost so many players, so this is a great opportunity for Arsenal to get back at them. And they lost Konsa, they lost Tielemans, they maybe will lose their striker. Okay, Raya has to clear the ball. A little bit more nervous in the defense, actually, Arsenal. And then I think we will face Chelsea at home. So we got a few bigger tests in the next two games. But this team can handle every challenge. The challenge is to beat Arsenal, not the other way around. 75 minutes played. I think we will see two changes, at least two more changes. Yeah, you see it with the passing accuracy. Arsenal has 92% passing accuracy. They have most of the ball, of course. Masiskello with a challenge, and this time he fouls. Also, Gabriel with a foul. What's going on here? And just 77% ball possession and passing accuracy for Coventry. This is the story of the game. Here we see two more changes. Marino comes in. Marino will come in for Mazzucchelli, and Zolis will come out for Eze. Okay, interesting. So Odegaard stays on the pitch. No, Odegaard leaves as well. Okay, so Eze comes in for Odegaard and Zolis. I don't know how they will play it. Maybe Marino comes into the 10. Yes, and Eze will spell Zolis. That's interesting. Would have thought more a time for a Dauman or a Wanieri. It would have been way more exciting. I like Marino, but these young lads at 3-0 would have been a great opportunity for them. Arteta tries to give his Spaniard countryman a chance after his World Cup, which he was fairly effective when he came in as a joker. I think he scored 2 times in the knockout phase. Arsenal got the back. Got the ball in the defense. Gabriel pressed it back to Raya. No hurry for him, of course, but the long ball. He can play good long balls. Arsenal got the ball back. Havertz plays it to Madueke. Overlapping is White. Subimendi chips the ball in. It's not a dangerous one. And Coventry has got a decent chance for a counter-attack. Well, do we come back in bunches? This is White. Greatly done by him. This is Madueke 1-2. Give the ball to Marino. Marino scot-free. Marino's got a chance to shoot. He shoots, but it gets blocked. Could have done better. Could and should have done better. I'm sorry. Sometimes Coventry is managing it a little bit better in offense, but they're just not clinical enough, and Arsenal is clinical enough also this game. So 78 minutes played. We've got 3 goals. We didn't concede any goal, which is the most important thing. It's an impressive home start for Arsenal at the Emirates. The title-winning side in Arsenal after 22 years back. We are back in full force. What a squad we've got. We should add at least 1 or 2 more players in attack. We got in concert this time. A defensive, as I told you, a center back, and also bought in as a center back, a replacement in the meantime for Saliba, and could be in for Mosquera or Gabriel, whatever we will rotate here. in the next few weeks. But otherwise than that, we need, as I said in the first half, I said it before, and I'm repeating it again. We need another left winger, and we need another striking option. I think these are the most the biggest holes we've got right now. We need more depth in these positions. We got a Tzollis who's impressive. Right now we've got a Eze. Yeah, Eze played, I think, many times for Crystal Palace as we clear the ball away. Yes, Submini gets fouled, but he recovers it himself. There's no foul given, so we retain the ball. I think we just gotta get more offensive players, more and more, because I think the defense, as we see, the defense is good enough to win you the title yet again. But we need to be a more expanding side, which we are showing right now. But we need the players to survive this long calendar year. And I think an Eze is way better at the 10 than he is at the left flank, because he's just not a fast player. He's a flair player. He's a good dribbler. He has set pieces in his locker. He is a good passer, but he is not a driver like a Tzollis can be. And even he is not the fastest, but he's just a decisive runner with the ball. He just knows what he can do and what he cannot do. He's just such an, I think, effective player in which he does. There's no wasted movement. It's just there's no 10 shimmies or so unnecessary. Good ball in by White. Gets cleared by the defense. And Calafiori wins the throw in. Well done by him. Good game from him. Maybe we'll see him cap in the last few minutes. And he gets up for Hincapié. Yeah, I thought so. Because he's a player who got injured many times in the last few years. So give him at least 10 minutes off. And Hincapié is such a good defender. We will need in another games. He was, I think, the man of the match in for Arsenal side in the Champions League final. He just won, I think, every duel and just lost one. I was so impressed with him. I know it's a defender, but he played so well, so amazingly well against everybody he faced in Dembele or the other winger from PSG. This is Marino playing the ball back to Zubimendi. Madueke with space, feints, tries to make a shot. This is now Gabriel. Wide shot, why not? Center back has to shoot sometimes as well, but just skies it. Coventry will change up. Also, we'll make a change now. It's just a little bit hot in here. So let me know if you're live. What are your thoughts about this, I think, impressive game, this impressive match so far from Arsenal? Who are your standouts? Who is your man of the match? Let me know after the game, and now, meanwhile, also in the chat. Who is your man of the match so far? Also, for me, it's a tough decision today. I think so many players played well. Well done by Eze. And he got fouled. Yeah, I think Meisterskid is just so impressive on the ball. Just so mature on the ball for a 19-year-old center midfielder. It's impressive. A little bit too far. The ball was played in by, I think, White to Havertz. I hope we will also replace him at some point with Gyökeres. There are many rumors that Gyökeres could leave Arsenal. If we can get an Alvarez in, I'm here for it. I like Gyökeres, but I don't think he's the most technical gifted player. He's just a finisher. Can take penalties well, has a good shot. But Havertz is the more versatile player, and Arteta rates it more. And for right now, he just is the more effective player. This is, I think, Avoni, who plays now for Coventry. Okay, I know him, Tyler Avoni. I think played at Nottingham Forest before. And before that at Union Berlin, I think, in Union Berlin in Germany. Good player. Good block by Arsenal. Coventry recovers. Yeah, they played a little bit better in the second half, but Arsenal just, I think, put their foot from the gas pedal a little bit more defensive minded. But Arsenal is just blocking the lanes, playing well enough, and Coventry just hasn't got the bodies, just hasn't got the quality it needs to break down such a good defensive line. Even City didn't manage it. They had a few chances. This is now the chance. Best chance for Coventry. Could and should have scored. This time we're a little bit, yeah, 2 go for 1. Yes, Mosquera and Gabriel took one away, and that cannot happen. You cannot mark one striker with 2 center backs. That cannot happen. And so Kincapi had to rotate back, got a little bit of the man, not enough for a foul. And Rodoni should have scored. It could have scored here. So this was a little bit of a lapse from Arsenal, but was just the first shot on target, and it was not even a dangerous one to save for David Raya. So that can happen, of course, in the game. I hope we score a 4th one. Come on, Arsenal. I like to win my prediction, but I like to be 4 or 5 ahead and not win my prediction just for fun. So yeah, maybe there will be 3 to 4 minutes tagged on. There are many substitutions. Saw a goal as well. But let me know what you think so far. Man of the match, think about it. We'll speak after the game about the man of the match. There are a few possibilities to go for. And Arsenal is just cruising to an impressive win after the first game of the Premier League season. Just impressive, in impressive style at the Emirates. Good ball in. Eze was in an offside position. Otherwise, he would have gone for the ball. Let me know who is your standout. Has anybody surprised you? Just let me know and we speak about it. This is Eze. Looked like a foul. Referee said play on. Just 2 minutes left in the regular time. Yeah, I think 45 minutes will be tacked on. So many changes we saw in the second half. We also saw a goal. Otherwise, there was no wasted minutes. Nobody lay on the ground for too long. No injuries. Fortunately, is this a foul? Yes, this was a foul from, I think, Mosquera on Avoni. Yeah, who lost his man. Could have been a yellow card. But lucky enough, he wasn't. It would be interesting if Mosquera starts the next game, or if maybe Conso starts the next game, because I think the next game is just in 10 days at Aston Villa. That would be fun enough. The old team of Consa. So this is a free kick position now. Good free kick position for Coventry. We gotta be focused, be sharp here, get the ball away. Come on, Arsenal, defend this well. We don't need to concede a goal late on. Be totally unnecessary and totally against the run of game. But this is a bad ball by Coventry. And this is a goal kick for Arsenal. David Raya, I think, will be one of the luckiest men in this game. Had to lay one time 2 gloves on a ball, I don't know, 5 minutes ago or so. And otherwise than that, that's it. It was crickets for them. Nothing happened at all. We can be so blessed to have such a good defensive line, but Coventry was just awful in attack. They were okay in defense, but it's of course a promoted side, and they're just overmatched with the quality of Arsenal, of our strong team. We have to again say, okay, this is Coventry, and we gotta strengthen yet again with 1 or 2 players. What a move! What a move by Mikel Merino! And sometimes I'm just having wide open eyes. What a move by him! Great shot. So for a defensive midfielder, which he actually is, or central midfielder who doesn't play many minutes for Arsenal, this was incredible stuff from him. He wants to make advertisement to get a role in the squad, but it's of course tough. Bruno Guimaraes was injured before that game, so he gets a chance. Otherwise, I didn't think he would have came into this game. Ball ran out, 4 minutes tagged on, 1 minute played already. So 3 minutes to go for Arsenal. Let me know your man of the match in the chat down below, and we talk and debate about it. I will make up my mind in the next few minutes, and we speak about it. This is SevGunner. If you like what you're seeing, like, hype, share, and subscribe to this channel, to this community. We're a growing community, and I will try to be here every week for Arsenal games. Free kick for Coventry. Arsenal Stadium is a little bit emptying early, so that defense beats the traffic. Clearance. I'm actually a little bit surprised that we didn't see Dauman in this game, Max Dauman or Wanieri, because we're leading 3-0, 3-0. There's no dangerous moments for Coventry except maybe once or twice they flashed. And I think Eze is playing more centrally, as I thought he would when he came in for Zales. So now on the left hand side, a little bit of space. This is Havertz and Hincapié, but they're not risking anything in this moment of time. Just keeping the ball. 3-0 up. Mason Skelly, White, Gabriel sticks his hands out. Hincapié, maybe for crossing moment. He's just no Calafiori, but he's way better defensively. He drags back. Bad ball by Coventry. Now a little bit opened up. Maybe the last chance for a goal. foul. You could have just played on because Subramani won the ball back. That's the last free kick. And this is it. This should be it. Arsenal wins with 3 goals to nothing against Coventry City. An impressive start for the reigning defending Premier League champions. The title defense starts with a good old 3-0 win. I predicted this one. The score is correct for me. 3-0 I predicted. And this is it. So I'm lucky, a lucky one in this time. I hoped for 4 goals or 5 goals at the best in the second half, but we just saw one more goal. Goal scorers are Havertz in the first half of the 15 minutes, Saka then added on, and Odegaard a little bit of a lucky shot, but he scored yet again, our captain, our skipper. It was just an all-around performance from Arsenal. We just had a dominance in shots and so on. Just look at the stats. We had a crazy many touches in the opposition box. 36 opposition touches in the opposition box to just 4. Crazy stat. 6 shots just on target for Arsenal, but 20 in summary to 4 on goal to total shots, and 1 just on goal for Coventry. And this shot was not even dangerous. 1.8 expected goals from Arsenal, so we over expected our goal tallies. Yeah, just impressive. Just impressive all around. Clean sheet for the defense yet again. Same end result as against City, which is impressive. Although it's just Coventry City, I know it's a promoted side. I think they played defensively they were a little bit overmatched in defense, and in offense they just didn't have anything. I think in another game they will start with Avoni. I think he looked better at the end of the game when we rotated a little bit. But yes, I think if there's one downside, I think I would have liked to see Dowman instead of Odegaard. Why did Odegaard play 90 minutes? I don't know. I know he had such a good game, but I think we should rotate here a little bit more. Maybe give Wanieri a chance before he maybe gets on a loan deal. I hope we don't sell him. And yes, but otherwise than that, without Bruno G in midfield, Rice played impressively. Calafiori was very good, I think, in the first half, especially with an assist as well. Gabriel was a little bit shaky sometimes, but all in all, it was a fine game. Mosquera was fine yet again. White was, I think, really good in this game. Had his moments offensively, and also had an assist to Odegaard. Well played from him, and also very good game from Master Skele. I think he was one of our most impressive players today. Solis was very active on the left-hand side. I think without him, we just don't have a motor in offense. We just have him and Saka, of course, Odegaard, but on the flanks. Saka was impressive today. Solis was impressive. Havertz had his goal yet again. But in the end, I'm going for my man of the match in Odegaard yet again. I think, yes, he had a lucky goal, but he just played very good balls. He was just a connector for the midfield to the offense. He just played so many balls well, timed to Zolis and also to Saka. Just a well overall game from our skipper yet again. And I think a close shout behind him would be Saka on the right hand side, was very active, had so many also corner opportunities. If there's one downside, I think with not setting up our younger players more in this game to just let them have some minutes with Dauman and Wanieri. I think a little bit of a downside is our corners, actually our set pieces, were not threatening at all. This has to be maybe a worrying sign, but it's just one game in time so far. And we will also get large players back, like a Saliba, who can also be a threat at corners. But yeah, this year is a little bit harder with the rules. They will look more what happens in the box, tagging and so on. Is not or just playing. You have to play the ball. I think this is a new role. Look for the ball. If you just play your man, they will call it sometimes a foul. And otherwise than that, my man of the match is Martin Odegaard. Tell me what's your man of the match in the chat or afterwards. And otherwise than that, what an impressive start for Arsenal. Great win for Arsenal, 3 goals to nothing. And now our oppositions have to get back to just yeah, keep pace with us, because I think now we've got 10 days to rest up in front of the Aston Villa game. There's no international games in this time span. We should go now in the next 10 days until we play against Aston Villa. I think there will be the deadline day or nearly the end of the transfer window. We have to get another winger and another striker, at least one of these two positions, because in defense we're stacked with Konsa now added on and with another clean sheet after the Manchester City game. Impressive win for Arsenal. I'll be here next time against Aston Villa as well. Join me and SevGunner, Watchalong, and you will hear me throughout the week as well. Thanks for being here. Hype, share, and subscribe this channel, this small community, and we're getting bigger by the day. And what an impressive win for the Arsenal at the Emirates. We're back, Premier League defending champions on the winning side. We stay on the winning side. Until next time, have a great one. Good evening, and I'm out. Peace.